Okay, so you bet 245, and what happens?
He check raises to 550.
Oh, God.
Right?
So it gets folded to
The
you.
button,
Folded to you,
yes.
right? Folded to hero to 20, standard open size?
Yes.
Okay, yep.
The button calls and the big blind calls.
All right, button calls, big blind calls, and their stack sizes, they're all 1500-ish?
The button's not really relevant,
Okay.
but the villain he covers me
So
for about 1500 effective.
in the big blind.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. All right. Cool. Let's go to the flop.
Flop is Queen of Hearts, Nine of Hearts, Six of Diamonds.
Queen of Hearts, Nine of Hearts, Six of Diamonds. So you've got top pair, and you also have the King of Hearts, right?
Correct.
Okay.
We decide to bet 40.
I assume the big blind checks, right?
Yep.
Yep. You're about 40. Okay.
Villain calls. Talks about 140 to the turn.
So button folds. Is that right? Big blind calls.
Correct.
Okay. So 140. Okay.
The turn's the King of Spades.
Okay. So you got top two now. Queen of Hearts, Nine of Hearts, Six of Diamonds turns a King of Spades. You have King, Queen, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Yep.
Hero bets 90.
So I'm trying to guide you through here, James. Big blind checks, right?
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's all good. Big blind checks.
All right, big blind check.
Yeah, hero bets.
I'm just reading from my notes. This is how I typed it in my notes. I apologize.
No worries. Big blind bets 90. So, I mean, obviously one of the things that you have to think about, I'm not necessarily saying that I wouldn't check it back, but, you know, big blind calls closing the action. Button didn't call next to act, right? So obviously the big blind can have a number of different hands here. You could have 9x, you could have gut shots here, 7-8, things like that. All probably offsuit Jack 10 combos are here. Because you have the King of Hearts in your hand, you can't have King High Hearts. So if you were thinking about like value from King High Hearts, that can't be because your hand's in your hand. Now, obviously, you could have King Jack, right? King 10 are gut shots that now turn top pair. I'm not saying that I wouldn't check, but you have to be aware of the possibility of Jack 10 here, especially when a dynamic overcard comes to what is top pair in terms of trying to get value, right?
Absolutely.
So you bet 90, okay.
Okay. Big blind calls.
Big blind calls.
Correct.
Okay, so pot's 320. I'm liking it.
320.
Yep.
The river is the Three of Clubs.
Brick City.
Big blind checks.
Yep.
Hero, that's 245.
All right, so Queen 9-6, three-handed, hero with King of Hearts, Queen of Spades, Queen of Hearts, Nine of Hearts, Six of Diamonds. Big blind checks, hero bets 40, button folds, big blind calls, pot's 140, turns the King of Spades, giving hero top two. Big blind checks, hero bets 90 into 140, call. Now pot's 320. River is the Three of Clubs. Big blind checks, hero bets 245. I don't know if I'm a huge fan of large sizing here on the river for the reasons that I have stated. You block a lot of the value here. And how many what are you trying to target here?
I figured villain would have a hand like a queens or, backed into like your gut shot, like a King 10 or King Jack. Those are the hands that I was targeting.
King Jack and King 10, right? Well, so just to, easy combo work here, right? Because we have a king in our hand and there is a king on the board, that leaves two kings. So it's very easy to do the combo. So if you're looking at how many combos of King Jack are there, it's just 2 times 4 is 8. How many combos of King 10 is 2 times 4 is 8. So there's 16 combos of King Jack and King 10. And I assume that all of those probably call pre and probably call the flop, right? So yeah, I mean, I guess there's also a lot of like Queen Jack and Queen 10 here.
Yeah, queens. Yeah, I was thinking about maybe a queen that might. I went for a larger sizing to make it look more bluffy. That's the reason why I went larger.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't have ace queen. That would probably be squeezed. And the same combos of Queen Jack and Queen 10 because you have a queen in your hand, right? 8. Those two queens are
Yeah, he's
dead.
never. That's the thing is he's never squeezing ace queen. Like one of the first hands I sat down with him, he kind of the same configuration. He smooth called ace king suited.
He's not squeezing ace queen.
No.
Do you
He's
think
not squeezing ace queen or jacks or tens or anything?
So do you think that this sizing is going to get called here by a queen?
He's very like check call happy. Like that's how he for the first 4 hours. I think that he would call, just thinking that I, missed, and I was, betting on the come.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my thinking at the time. But
that you maybe have like you have hearts or something like that. Okay, I was just trying to go over the sizing. But so you bet 245, and what happens?
He check raises to 550.
Oh God. Yeah, that's gonna suck because now it looks like when you bet the 245, the pot is 565. So now it's 11, 15 and like 300 for you to call. Is that right? 11, 15, 300 to call. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, I get these types of calls all the time. I have a very, very difficult time folding for a price like this. I've seen like a lot of shit. Now, if you want to say that you bet 245 and, you guys started with 1500, right? So you bet 245 and the button, check jammed for like 1,000, right? I'd be like, yeah, maybe this is a fold. I just don't know if I can fold here with the pot odds. I don't think you should be making big folds here with these types of pot odds. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think that's a fundamentally winning play here. People are saying fold. Really? To like a min raise? At the,
I just don't know what I need. Like,
Abron 4123 says fold to the guy who doesn't 3-bet ace king suited pre. Not a bad comment. Not a bad comment. I mean, is the guy
or tens or jacks?
Is the guy just is he ultra passive or he just doesn't put any money in the pot unless he has it?
He checks calls like big hands. Just check calls down. Like he'll limp ace jack of hearts under the gun, ace queen, tens, jack.
What about
just check calls?
What about slow playing off like this though? Like check call flop, check call turn to check raise river.
Yeah, he doesn't like on boards that are wet and scary. He just wants to see all 5 cards and make sure his hand's good and it's not that scary. That's what he was doing the whole entire session. So
I don't know. I can't
be. It's weird. He plays backwards.
I understand what you're saying. It can't be that much of a mistake here though to call. There's a lot of people that will email me in coolers or just hands where they're, what does it take to move up in stakes? And I think, and there's nothing wrong with this hand, but this is a good example of a hand where somebody might get bent out of shape, where maybe they call and they lose to Jack 10 and they think that there's something like that they made a huge mistake. And I would point out that no, there's no way it can be that big of a mistake getting this price. I mean, what if the guy had made it, if you're going to fold to 550, okay, what if he check raised to 500? Is there any difference? Which is a mid raise, right?
Yeah.
I mean, where does it go? Right down the line. What did you end up doing?
I ended up folding. I mean, I took maybe 2 minutes with it. I'm just like, I can't figure out a hand that he's not bluffing.
Uh-huh. Would you have?
I just don't know.
What if he made it 490? You bet.
I still think I'd probably fold. I just don't see him. Maybe queen 9. I don't see him check raising that because he's scared of all the.
It's weird. Yeah, I mean, some people had said like a worst 2 pair. It is very strange to have like a worst 2 pair now suddenly show up with a check. And the other thing too about your hand is that it's not like you bet small. Like if you had bet,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I bet small and he raised me.
Yeah, if you had bet a little bit sort of where I would have gone, like maybe like 140 or something, and you made it 300, you might maybe there's some value here. But you bet like 2/3, right? Did you ever find out what he had at all?
No, I have no idea.
No idea.
No.
So I mean, where are you fretting in this hand? You want to know if I think it's too nitty to fold at the end?
I mean, Yeah, I mean, like just doing. One of my friends was saying, like, just getting such a good price.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So I don't know if I should be calling these situations, but it's very bill independent. Like
That's
if I
one.
thought he was capable, if he thought he was capable at all, like 5% capable, then I would snap call.
That's
I just
interesting
didn't
that
think he was capable.
there's a guy in the chat. Jonas says the villain has ace king. Yeah, that would be interesting, but it doesn't seem
Ace king of
consistent
diamonds.
with. It doesn't really seem consistent though, right? With what you're saying about how passively he plays. Like I said, I mean, I can only give you sort of neutral types of advice, and when there are sort of player deviations and stuff like that, I just don't think in general that it's a good idea to fold big hands getting a great price. You know, it's
I
just
appreciate it, Bart.